But more importantly, more than anything else, it's when you're in the market, you find the gaps, you find the problems that people are trying to solve, and you can start a business as a result of that. The idea of sitting at home trying to come up with ideas to start a business, for me, is almost impossible. So the tip there is opportunities usually come from exposure, not inspiration. The most important thing that I found is that success, more often than not, takes a lot longer than you expect. And obviously this has been researched a lot. You have something called the J curve, or the trough of disillusionment, when you start a business and you expect it to be quite linear in terms of the success that you have and every day that you'll make more money. But what generally happens is for the first year or two, you actually do a lot worse than you expected to do. That's what they call the trough of disillusionment. But if you can get through that period, you often do a lot better than you ever thought you would have. And what that really means is that you have to have enough runway, because sadly a lot of people that start businesses never get through that trough, because either they give up or because they run out of money. To me, if you budget for a new business, typically double that or triple that to give yourself enough leeway to make it through to the next round. I also think that the target shouldn't be about making money. So people start businesses maybe with this idea that they want to sell their business for millions. I do it a lot simpler than that. When I start a business, my only goal is, how do I cover my salary? All right. It's a lot more acceptable as a goal. It's a lot more easy to reach. And then once you reach that milestone, you get to that understanding that every single thing that you do afterwards is just more than you had before. And that starts to kind of snowball into something bigger. But when people focus purely on money as opposed to the customer and solving the problem, I think that they get distracted from what the real importance is. And so any advice that I give to entrepreneurs is you have to actually be obsessed with the customer. Because if you're not solving their problems, and ultimately that's what it comes down to, then it doesn't really matter how much money you spend, or it doesn't really matter how much money you expect to make. You're not delivering to the people who need it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.